I want to talk to you today about the issue of competency building. And I want to say to you that development is not a factor of time, but of thought. It's not a matter of how long you take, but what exactly is the focus. To begin with, I want to say that the key to meeting challenges is to challenge yourself. We live in a world where we are told to benchmark ourselves against this standard and that standard, but the key is to really understand our own potential and to see whether and how quickly we can achieve our own potential. And the key thing is that the more you try to achieve your own potential, the more your potential unfolds before you, and you find that you can do more and more, and you can do things that you never thought possible. I have a model that I want to share with you, and the model is comprised of 4 things. It's based on a bedrock of integrity, because there is no substitute for integrity. Integrity is one of several paths, but it's the only one on which you will never get lost. And that's why any development we talk about has to be based on a bedrock platform of integrity. On this platform, there are 3 intersecting circles. There is expertise, there is passion, and there is return. And it's the interplay of these 3 circles, expertise, passion, and return, that determine the degree to which our development is valuable for us. Now, what is integrity? Integrity defines you. It distinguishes you. It differentiates you in the environment. It's very important to remember that integrity is not about you. Integrity is an intrinsic part of you. You are not working on the basis of integrity because of them, because of your customers, because of your competitors. You work with integrity because of yourself. Integrity is not about them, it's about me. And that's the issue that I want to highlight in this. Without this platform, without this basic foundation of integrity, nothing else will succeed. Now, on this platform of integrity, we have, as I said, our 3 defining circles. The most important of that is passion. Ask yourself, what are you most passionate about? Because the reality of passion, the reality of success is that you will find success only in those efforts which capture your heart. If you are working on something which you are not really excited about, then it's highly unlikely that you are going to be doing anything significant or anything that will change anyone else. You can only bring about change in people that you are passionate about yourself. So it's very important to be very sure of what you are doing. And therefore, I say to you that success lies only in efforts that capture your heart. Belief is an issue of passion. It's a part of passion. And belief fuels passion. And passion rarely fails. And that's why I say that passion is very important, because you're going to find that in this whole long, dark road leading to eventual success, you need a light. And that light is the passion. It is the cool breeze that cools you down at the top of the mountain at the end of backbreaking effort. When you need some sustenance, that sustenance comes from passion, because passion is the one that enables you to delve into those well springs of energy that are within ourselves, which help us to take forward the effort that we have set out upon. The second circle is the issue of expertise. It's not sufficient to be passionate about something. We then need to go ahead and develop expertise in that something. For example, if I tell you that I'm passionate about flying, and you ask me, do you have a pilot's license? I tell you no. You ask me, do you have any immediate plans of joining flying school and learning how to fly? Then I say no. Then what does it mean? It doesn't mean I have passion about flying. I have passion about seeing other people fly. If I have passion about flying, then I must learn how to fly. And then I must push for excellence to make my mark as the best pilot the world has ever seen. Becoming best in the world, in my opinion, is not a matter of choice. That is an absolute given. Only people who have expertise, only people who are pushing to become best in the world can actually hope to achieve success. Please, I want to make this point very clear. The customer is interested in results. Customers are not interested in you. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what your religion you have, doesn't matter if you have a beard or a hair on your head or you're bald, makes no difference. The customer is interested in what you can deliver and in how that helps them. As long as you can do that, people will come to you. Expertise is repeatability. A hole-in-one is a hole-in-one because it's a hole-in-one. Accident. It's a fortunate accident. A person who can score a hole-in-one every time he tees off on the golf course, that person is an expert in golf. Not somebody who scores a hole-in-one once in his lifetime because the ball bounced off a tree or something. That is not expertise. Expertise is repeatability, and that is something very important to keep in mind. How does repeatability happen? By acquisition of knowledge and by constant practice. Malcolm Gladwell, in his wonderful book, The Outliers, talks about the 10,000-hour rule. And he proves that all the experts in the world have done that work that they are expert in for at least 10,000 hours. Now, that's a very good rule to use for yourself and say, how many hours of practice do I have in my field of expertise? And believe me, there is no shortcut in this. It has to be the right effort, and the right effort has to be done enough number of times if we want to become expert in that particular area. So we have passion as one circle, then we have expertise as the other circle, both of them standing on the foundation of integrity. The final circle is the circle of what I call return. The main reason for return is because nothing can be sustained unless there is a return from that investment. Every investment needs a return. An investment that does not get a return is not an investment. It can be a donation, it can be a loss, but it's not an investment. Investment by definition means something which gives you a positive return. Now, a return is not necessarily monetary. A return can be spiritual. A return can be socio-political. A return can be in terms of goodwill of people. A return can simply be something that you feel very good about yourself. A return can be the smile on somebody else's face, which is one of the most powerful returns that one can hope to have in this world. But there must be a clear return. So be clear about your return. What is the return that you are seeking? Does that return give you sufficient satisfaction to continue in your effort? Be thankful and seek to increase this return, and the way to do that is always to give more than you receive. An abundance mentality, always to give more than you receive, always to give more than what the customer expects, not because you want to please the customer, but because this is you. Your differentiation in the world of business, or in the world of politics, or in the world of teaching, or in the world of your home, or in the world of your environment, is that you always give more than you receive. Now, when you do that, then you start finding that you get a return, and that return is synergistic, and it comes from places that you could not imagine. The key for this, the ability to do that, is to focus on contribution. Move away from entitlement and look at contribution. Because remember, entitlement comes with territory, and contribution defines territory. So if you want more entitlement, you need more territory. How do you get more territory? By more contribution. Entitlement comes with territory. Contribution defines territory. So therefore, move your thinking from entitlement, what am I supposed to get, to contribution, what am I expected to give. And that is the key to success in terms of our development. Remember, I don't like the word sacrifice, because sacrifice is what the chicken does for you when the chicken dies so that you can eat. Everything else has a return. So be clear and focused about what is your return. I don't like the word sacrifice because, first of all, it is sanctimonious, and secondly, sacrifice is net loss. So after a while, you will come to the end and you say, well, I cannot sacrifice anymore. But investment, there is no end to investment. The more you invest, the more you get return, and this is a beautiful virtuous cycle that can be repeated ad infinitum. And that is why I encourage you to focus on contribution, to focus on investment. Don't worry about sacrifice. Success is where opportunity meets preparation, and that is the key which we need to think about. Opportunity is, if you start preparing, when you actually see the opportunity, more likely than not, you will be too late. You have to prepare in advance, which means that we have to foresee opportunities. We have to be able to see what opportunities might come up and prepare for them in advance, so that when the opportunity comes, we already have the necessary competence and the skills and resources in order to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. So I strongly encourage you, scan the world, look for opportunities, and remember, people say opportunity knocks on the door. It doesn't. Opportunity is somewhere blended in the shrubbery. The opportunity is somewhere standing with its outline broken up by a tree behind it. Opportunities lie in places which we never think about. Opportunities are unexplained and unexplored and unexpressed customer needs. Those are opportunities. Unexpressed customer needs, unexplained customer needs. We need to go into the customer, see what the customer wants even before the customer knows, and produce that. And thereby, apparently, we are creating a need. We are actually not creating a need. The need is there. The customer didn't know he had it. And when you produce your product or your service, the customer immediately opens his eyes and says, wow, this is what I was looking for. And that's the whole issue when I say opportunity. Success is where opportunity meets preparation. Now, how do you do that? You do that by 4 ways. Number 1, we build a timetable. We need to build a strategy for this, and the strategy is based on 4 things. Number 1, you build a timetable. What do you need to do and by when? Timetable is what do you need to do by when. Number 2, build a resource table. What resources do you need? And remember, resources are not always buyable. They're not always a question of money or material. Resources can be very important people whose help you need or whose assistance you need, who you need to be able to talk to, mentors, role models. Resource table. Number 3, monitor progress. Believe me, what you are not able to measure, you don't know. What you cannot measure, you do not know. And therefore, we need to measure and measure and measure. Monitor progress. How do you know how you are doing? Are you going too fast, too slow? Are you going fast enough? How do you compare with the environment? How do you compare with your own potential? So we look at how do we monitor progress. And the last and very, very important, celebrate small successes. The big success will come in the end, but to keep you going, to keep the energy up, we need to celebrate small successes, because that's what keeps the fuel going, and that's what keeps your motor running while the big success is still to have. I wish you all the best. These are the keys to success, how to build competency by tapping your own potential. Thank you very much.